Week number 10. It is the final week of regular season football here in Williamson County. And tonight we have this game for you. Independence versus Ravenwood here at Nolensville High School. The Knights nice enough to let us borrow their field for tonight. We had some issues over at Ravenwood where this game was supposed to be played. And Nolensville has loaned us their field, and Independence kicks it away first to these 8-1 Ravenwood Raptors. My name's Michael Williams. I'm flying solo tonight. No Paul Brees, no Parker Hazard, so I'm going to do the best job that I can tonight all by myself. Ravenwood takes over 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Like I talked about before, this game, Ravenwood comes in 8-1. They have been on a roll since their loss to Brentwood, reeling off 4 straight victories. This game is for 2nd place in Region 6A. Brentwood has claimed the title already, and these guys playing for 2nd place as Ravenwood goes deep. Pass is caught and dropped. And you'll forgive me tonight as I am, again, flying solo, and Ravenwood wearing their Cardinal uniforms with the black numbers makes it mighty tough to see. There we are tonight, kind of all bundled up. There we are. Michael Williams, I am the announcer, got all the WCTV crew up here with us. And Ravenwood again, 2nd down and 10 from their own 39. Again, flush from the pocket is quarterback Brian Garcia. And passes made and caught. To Julian Sidney. You'll forgive me, I didn't even see that happening, but we'll take another look at it on replay. Garcia, flush from the pocket, fires away. And Sidney bounces off once and twice, and Sidney able to come up with it, and Ravenwood in business at the Independence 21-yard line. Garcia again quickly to his wideout. That is senior wide receiver Andrew Mason on the reception. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line, so a pickup of 6 yards on the play. Again, Garcia firing to his left side and nothing doing. As number 11, Brigham Morikawa, the defensive back for Independence, laid the heat on the Ravenwood wide receiver there. Pass intended for number 12, that was Ross Johnston. So 3rd down and 4 for the Raptors. That give inside is short of the 1st down. Try to get a number for you here. So nevertheless, Ravenwood stopped short of the 1st down. 4th down and 3. Coach Matt Daniels for these Raptors elects to go for it. Garcia on the snap, or the hard count rather, and it looks like he's going to get a free 5 yards here as Indy is drawn off sides, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So the 5-yard penalty will be enough for the 1st down as they march the ball just inside the 10-yard line of Indy. Independence coming into the game with a record of 6-3. Had a loss last weekend to Pearl Cone. If that pass sails over the receiver's head. These Ravenwood Raptors ranked first in the state for a time, and then they ran into a Brentwood team back on September the 20th, suffered their only loss since of the season. And since that loss, back on the 20th of September, I did the math a little while ago, and Ravenwood has outscored its opponents 160-28. So the defense has come to life for these Raptors as they are able to sneak the ball up to about the 8-yard line on the short gain.
Carried by Tony Rice. Brings up third down.
And the Raptors are facing third down here after the long pass play to Julian Sidney, kind of the circus catch. There you see quarterback Brian Garcia, the senior. One man in his backfield, 3 receivers to his left. Goes to his right. High pass. And knocked away at the last second. No flag on the play. Ravenwood, the home team for this game, even though we're playing it at Nolensville High School. Again, this is senior night for Ravenwood. The Raptors having some issues with their field. As you take another look here at Garcia's pass. Lofts it into the corner. Couldn't tell exactly who his intended receiver was. That was number 9, Jake Bringingstool, the tight end. And so this young man, Luke Akers, comes on, was booming some extra point tries or some field goal tries pregame. And he knocks home the 24-yard field goal. So Ravenwood will take the early lead 3-0 as we're just underway here at Nolensville High School. For this, again, the last game of the year for the regular season, both of these teams, Independence and Ravenwood, have locked up playoff spots. Like we said, Brentwood, who is at Centennial tonight, has locked up the region title. And this game is for second place. Now, second place, what does that mean? Well, can mean home field advantage through at least the first couple of rounds of the playoffs. And third place will go on the road in Region 6-6A. So Akers set to kick it away for the Raptors after the field goal try. Indy set to take over. And Akers will boom that one out the back of the end zone where the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Indy coached by Coach Scott Blades. Ravenwood by Coach Matt Daniels. There you see Coach Scott Blades on the sidelines. Had a nice successful run during his tenure at Indy so far. Ethan Cash, your quarterback for the Eagles. And he'll take it himself up the gut. Finds a little bit of space and up to the 30-yard line. Thought the ball may have popped free. But he's got enough for the first downs, and Indy stays ahead of the chains. It is a chilly night up here at Nolensville High School. I looked at the temperature a little while ago. It said 47. I'm not thinking it's that high. Cash outside to his receiver and met immediately by the Ravenwood defense, and that one might look like it's going to even lose a couple of yards.
Tackled by Garrett Mormon.
Mormon on the stop for Ravenwood. Brings up second down. And they will lose a couple of yards on the plays. He's taking another look. Cash firing outside to his receiver, Brigham Morikawa. Second down and 12 now. Cash directs his traffic. He's got directs his traffic. He's got 3 receivers to his right, fires to his right. And again, Ravenwood's defense sniffs out the short pass to bring up 3rd down. Both of these teams have played common opponents outside of the region. Both squads have played CPA and Blackman High School. Of course, they've all met the same region opponents. Cash again now, facing 3rd down and 14. Rolling left, firing to his left. Pass is nearly hauled in by Calvin Wilson, but unable to collect it, and the Eagles will have to punt it away.
Broken up by John Creech.
Andrew Mason standing at the 35-yard line for Ravenwood, ready to receive the kick. This one is returnable, and Mason will be dropped just shy of the 45-yard line, so the Raptors come back in 1st and 10. There you see our scoreboard, 7:12 remaining here in the 1st quarter. Again, you see, if you're just now joining us, we are at Nolensville High School, and that's why the Nolensville Knights name is at the top of the scoreboard. The Knights good enough to let us borrow their stadium for the evening. Garcia again, quarterback for the Raptors. Looking, firing to his left. He's got his receiver shy of the 50-yard line.
Pass complete to Shane Craig.
Pass is
2nd down.
Complete to Shane Craig. Craig, the senior wide receiver. Ravenwood loaded up with wideouts tonight. 2nd down and 5, this time from the 48. Garcia again with a quick give and going outside.
Tony Rice.
I believe that is Rice on the carry. Tony Rice, the running back, and he is up into Indy territory. Tony Rice, the senior. Makes it up to the 40-yard line of Indy, where Ravenwood will have it 1st and 10. Quick pass out to the right side this time. And a pickup of about 5. Again, the numbers on Ravenwood on these Cardinal uniforms are black. Pretty difficult to make out, but I'll do my best for you.
Tackled by Zach Smith. 2nd down.
Pass play picks up 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 4 from the Indy 34. Garcia again, quick fire to his right side. That is Andrew Mason again. And Mason is to the 20-yard line, enough for the 1st down. And the Raptors back in business now.
That is enough for another Ravenwood. Brought to you by Eatwell Nashville.
Again, the fake to the left side, and Mason again, I believe, is the ball carrier. Tony Rice again, excuse me. Also the senior. Rice number 10. Ball spotted at the 15, so 5 yards to go to the 1st down. 2nd down and 6 now. Garcia again, over the middle. This time he's got his man. Touchdown, Ravenwood. That is Andrew Mason on the TD reception. Just like that. And Ravenwood set to go up 10-0 with 5:09 remaining here in the 1st quarter. Akers set to come on for the try. And just over the crossbar. Well, they'll call it no good. It must have been under the crossbar.
Kick is no good. Raptors 9, Eagles.
So you take another look. Here's Garcia. Picture perfect.
The Raptors want to thank Bone and Joint Institute of Tennessee
And Mason again.
Williamson Medical Center, Ravenwood's official sports medical
Beautiful pass and catch.
Brittany Hillier is your certified
And the Ravenwood Raptors will take the 9-0 lead following the botched point after try. So can Indy answer? After the Ravenwood quick strike. Vinny Cardella set to receive, as does Caden Williams for Independence. If I'm not getting the numbers wrong there. If I am, apologies. Akers' kick flies through the end zone. And Indy will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. And he had a nice run to begin the game with Ethan Cash, the quarterback, but since then they went 2 quick passes, and Ravenwood able to sniff both of them out. And Indy was the 4 and out following the first down. Cash again. Takes it to the right side this time. Tries to turn the corner and slips after about a gain of 2 yards on the play.
Ethan Cash with the run. Garrett Mormon with the stop.
Mormon on the stop for Ravenwood. 2nd down and 8 coming up. So we tick under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cash again, this time swarmed under, and he'll be sacked. Dropped back at about the 13. Didn't quite tell who broke through there.
That sack by Miles Dawson. Brought to you by Walker Chevrolet.
Miles Dawson blew through that Indy offensive line and just threw Cash for a loss. Big sack, drives him back inside the 20. Loss of about 6 on the play, or 5 on the play. Third down and 15 now. Cash again, this time throwing to his left side and just out of the outstretched arms of number 4, Logan Molnar. So Indy again has to punt it away.
It is 4th down.
Andrew Mason again, standing between the 45 and the 50. This one also, well, is going to bounce short and take a Ravenwood roll.
1st and 10.
So ball spotted at the 48, where Ravenwood will take over 1st and 10. 3:34 remaining here in the first quarter. Independence comes into the game. They were unbeaten in the month of September. And throughout October, they won, and lost last week to Pearl Cone 27-6. And facing a 10-0 or a 9-0 deficit early. Garcia again rolling to his left. He'll take off with it and slide down just shy of the 40-yard line.
Garcia with the keeper. It is 2nd down.
2nd down and about 4 for the Raptors. Raptors coming into this game, two-time state champions in their history. Indy, of course, has a state championship under their belt. Second down 5. Garcia again quickly out to his right side.
Pass incomplete.
Pass intended for Tony Rice. And he was lucky that one dribbled out of bounds because from up here it looked like it was a backwards pass. So brings up third down and 5 on the miscue. Ravenwood comes into this game loaded with weapons. A number of players being courted by Division I programs. Garcia again over the middle. That ball is tipped, and I can't tell if it was caught or not. I think that one hit the ground, and that was incomplete, so.
Incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
Well, it looked like Coach Daniels was marching his punting unit on the field, but brings him back. We'll take another look on replay here. Ball tipped at the line, and looked like it bounced through the hands of a couple of people, but ultimately ends up on the ground. So this time, Daniels marches out his punt unit.
On the Raptors. Fourth down.
So Indy able to hold right here. Again, I want to say this is Akers set to kick it away. And angles it to his left side where that one will die at about the 1 yard line. So an outstanding punt. And Indy will be attempting to come out of the shadows of their own goalpost here as Akers' punt dies just shy of the goal line. Take another look there at the punt, and just fell like a sack of bread right there. And Indy able to, or Ravenwood able to kill it. So the hard count there will draw the encroachment penalty and buy Indy a bit of breathing room on the 5-yarder. So second down and 5, this time from about the 6-yard line. Cash again, inside give, and not a whole lot going on. A couple of yards on the play. Couldn't exactly tell who the ball carrier was from way up here. If I had Parker or Paul up here, they could tell me. But Rice, the receiver on the stop for Ravenwood. 2:19 to go here in the first quarter. Cash again overloaded to his left side with the receivers. He'll go to his left, and nothing doing again is that quick Ravenwood defense able to swarm Cash under. Once again, you see Miles Dawson. Number 23. And Indy in a bit of trouble right here. Third down and 9. As Cash and company have their work cut out for them here. Ball spotted at the 1 yard line. After following the sack, Cash again on the quick pass. And again, that Indy defense just so fast. Pass caught by Brigham Morikawa. And once again, Indy will have to punt it away. Mason again standing back almost to the 45. Ball will take a hit and will take a bit of an Indy bounce and stop roll dead at the 48. So that's where Indy takes over. 50 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
You can find Drake's off of Cool Springs Boulevard.
Ravenwood with a field goal and a touchdown, but the try was missed, and that's the reason for this 9-0 lead. Garcia again up the gut. This is Rice again, crosses the 45-yard line.
Carried by Tony Rice.
Pickup of maybe 5 yards on the play.
Tackled by Chase Robertson. Second down.
Brings up 2nd down and 6 as we take under 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Rice again, and this time a couple of broken tackles.
Tony Rice.
And he crosses the 35-yard line. He'll have enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, start the clock, and that will likely be it for the first quarter. So clock ticks down 7-6. And that'll do it. We'll take a little break here and switch sides of the field. End of one, Ravenwood with a 9-0 lead over Independence. Once again, here we are at Nolensville High School. This the final game of our WCTV schedule. Playoffs start next week. On the way to a state championship. I believe those are played in Cookeville, Tennessee. Brentwood, Ravenwood, Indy, and Franklin, who hosts, I believe Franklin hosts Dixon County tonight. I'm not sure if they host or if they're actually at Dixon tonight. But those 4 county squads representing Region 6-6A in the state playoffs coming up next week. These Raptors probably have to be considered one of the favorites. That game against Brentwood on September the 20th was one of the best high school football games I had seen in a long time. Crowd of probably around 5,000-6,000 people on hand for that one. And it was worth the price of admission. And I'm sure Ravenwood would love another crack at Brentwood, and they could very likely get one as well. So Ravenwood again, I want to say this is Rice one more time. It is Tony Rice. And run out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Flag on the play. I think somebody may have said something that the referee didn't like. So we'll see what the call is. We'll wave off the flag. Didn't like it. So first down for the Raptors. Ball located at the 20-yard line. Rice, the outstanding senior running back for Ravenwood. Garcia pulls it from him. Looks to fire, in trouble, still in trouble. Trying to scramble his way out of it. And will finally dump it to his tight end. We're going to have a flag in the backfield, however. I think we're going to have either an ineligible man downfield or a holding call. We'll check it, but I would suspect this one is coming back. It is a hold on Ravenwood. Rice again didn't like what he saw, rolled to his left, still didn't like it. And when high school quarterbacks get to scrambling around like that, it's almost a guaranteed hold penalty. As you saw, number 31, J.T. Smitherman, haul in the pass. So the penalty moves the ball back to the 37. Ravenwood has to get up to the 10 for first now. Garcia again, this time over to Mason. Mason's got a little daylight, and he will be dragged down just shy of the 20-yard line. That'll bring up about second down and 12. And there you take a look at Andrew Mason. Had a touchdown reception earlier. Hope you're able to join us tonight. Hope we're live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Second down and 12 for Garcia and company. Rolling to his right, inside, and that one nearly picked off.
Pass incomplete. Brings up third down.
Couldn't tell exactly who the Indy defender was there, but that could have been 6 the other way for sure. So third down and 12 now, following the miscue on the inside screen pass. Garcia again, in trouble again. Sneaks out of trouble, does Garcia. Pulls the rabbit out of his hat and is inside the 15-yard line. How he managed to escape all of those white shirts is anybody's guess.
It does bring up fourth down.
Take another look here. All kinds of folks bearing down on him. Saw a little bit of daylight, able to spin his way from trouble. And gets close to the first down, close enough that Coach Daniels will go ahead and give it a shot. And this time, the quick give, I think that is Mason again on the direct snap.
Keeper, Brian Garcia.
Or Garcia, rather. He'll take it. And we'll have a first down. And so following the penalty and a couple of miscues, Ravenwood once again back in business. Ball spotted at the 5-yard line. They've got it first and goal. Does Ravenwood. Garcia again, under pressure again. And take it down very quickly. And Garcia's got to chuck it. Brings up second down goal. 9:29 to go here in the second. Tonight is very different than it was back in September, where we were suffering through 95-degree days. It is football weather now for sure. Second down and goal to go. Garcia again once in trouble, and this time the Indy defense able to haul him down for the sack. Play will lose about 7 yards.
That sack brings up third down.
Well, the ball will lose about 5 yards rather, and they'll spot the ball at the 10. So third down and goal to go for the Raptors. Indy's defense tightening up here. Garcia again looking, firing, and that one knocked down at the line. So Indy's defense coming to life.
Pass incomplete. Fourth down.
As they're able to hold Ravenwood out of the end zone, and Akers will come on and try the field goal here. About a 27, 28-yard attempt. Snap. Kick is up and straight and true. So the Raptors extend the lead to 12-0 with 8:40 to go until halftime.
Ravenwood's very own Rapid Response Heating and Cooling is offering Raptor fans a yearly tune-up and a free 1-year maintenance contract for only $35. Call Rapid Response today.
Talked about these Ravenwood Raptors. They were ranked number 1 in 6-6A in the state of Tennessee for some time. Then they ran into that loss to Brentwood back on the 20th of September. Indy no slouch. They come into the game with a record of 6-3, taking care of a number of Williamson County opponents. Ran into a tough Pearl Cone team last week and lost 27-6. But so far, Ravenwood has had their hands full. Indy hasn't been able to do a whole lot offensively tonight, save a couple of Ethan Cash quarterback sneaks. So the the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. .8:39 to go here in the second. Cash again quickly tries to go over the middle and caught and dropped. Brian Pierce, the intended receiver, had to flatten out for it and unable to haul it in. Great effort on his part. Brings up 2nd down for Indy. So again, Indy 2nd down and 10. Cash looking. And we'll have to chuck that one out of bounds. Flag comes in, and again, I believe we're going to have a hold. As a flag came into the backfield normally where you see a flag for a hold. And that's what we'll have. So back up the Eagles. We'll see where they spot the ball on the holding penalty. Indy having to fight from the shadow of their own goalpost tonight a couple of times on their offensive sets. So the penalty will march the ball back to about the 7-yard line of Indy. And Ravenwood snuck a linebacker in there at the last second, and Cash again forced to rush the pass, and it falls incomplete.
It is 3rd down.
So a long way to go to the 1st down. 3rd down and 23. Indy has to get up to the 30-yard line for a 1st down. And this Ravenwood defense has just been nearly impenetrable tonight. Cash again fires down the middle, and that one will sail incomplete. His intended receiver, Pierce, again. And the Eagles will have to punt it away.
Cooper Allen to punt.
Cooper Allen set to kick it away. Mason set to receive. Mason stands between the Indy 40 and 45-yard line. He's had one able to return tonight. That one won't be able to be returned, as it's shanked a bit and will dribble out of bounds to about the 31. So Ravenwood rather takes over 1st and 10 at the Indy 31-yard line. 8:10 remaining in the first half. Our score 12-0. This game originally scheduled for both Paul Brees and Parker Hazard, but they both had to bag out, and so I'm going to sneak in and do this one solo tonight. So Mason again, or not, Tony Rice rather, and he makes it up to about the 30, so maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Well, no gain on the play because they spot the ball back at the 31. Indy sort of a bend but don't break defense tonight. Andrew Mason on a touchdown reception earlier Again, Rice, they'll try that left side, run into a couple of Indy defenders, bounce off them and make it up to the 20-yard line. So he'll have enough for the first down. Thought Rice may have been stopped dead to right there, but he was able to bounce off those Indy defenders and spin his way to the 20-yard line. So Ravenwood, 1st and 10. Garcia now 3 receivers to his left, moved 1 to the left. And again, Rice will dive to about the 18. So perhaps a pickup of 2 on the play. Spot the ball at the 19, so a pickup of a yard. Brings up 2nd down and 9, under 7 to go now. Spread him out does Ravenwood. Here's Garcia back. He fires away, has his man. That is Mason again. And Mason is dumped out of bounds shy of the 10. Call it a pickup of 8. Brings up 3rd down and 2 now. Garcia again. This time over the middle, looking for his tight end, but not on the same page as that one, nearly picked. And Coach Daniels will have a bit of a conundrum here. 4th down and 2 from the 12. You want to go ahead and tack on another field goal? Or do you want to go ahead and try to pick up this first down? And they'll talk about it, as the Raptors will take the timeout. And Coach Daniels will call his troops to the side, as does Coach Blades. We've had an outstanding season here at WCTV. Glad you've been able to join us this year. Started off the first game of the year with Page and Fairview down at the Battle of 840. We've had the Battle of Franklin this year. Fantastic game a couple of weekends ago between Centennial and Franklin. Last weekend we had the Rebels and Nolensville for their first meeting. Franklin able to eke out a win last week. Nolensville came into the game undefeated. Indy and Franklin went to an overtime earlier this year. So it's been must-see TV this year, and we're glad to have had you along. Hopefully we've got a nice audience tonight for the YouTube or Facebook live stream. We'll be back after Christmas with basketball. 4th down and 2 now. The Raptors going for it. Garcia pulls it this time, and he'll take it himself, and he'll have enough for the first down as he stopped just shy of the 5-yard line. And now the Raptors, after the gamble, will have 4 tries for the end zone. They haven't seen it since the first quarter. Had to settle for field goals. The reasoning behind this odd 12-0 score here. But Indy's defense has stepped up to the challenge. Can they do it again? Garcia again will fire to his tight end and falls incomplete. Tight end Jake Brenningstool, I think. Yep, Brenningstool. So the Raptors bogging down a bit in the red zone here, but give credit to Indy's defense. They've been harassing Garcia all night. He'll roll to his right this time, does Garcia. Looks to the end zone, and again, off the outstretched fingertips of Brenningstool. I believe that was his tight end one more time. We'll have to bring up 3rd down. So 3rd down and 7 now. Indy's defense been pretty tough down here. This time inside and caught for the touchdown. That was Big Brenningstool again, number 9. They've been trying to hit him.
That touchdown by Jake Brenningstool. Brought to you by Rapid Response Heating and Cooling. Nobody's faster. New takers on for the extra point.
So Brenningstool, the junior tight end, able to haul in the Garcia pass. And the try is good.
Avery Miller with the snap. Trevor Andrews with the hold.
So Ravenwood now
Your score, Ravenwood 19.
extends the lead to 19 to nothing, with 5:19 remaining in the half. Again, quick strike across the middle to Brenningstool, the big tight end, and the junior able to haul it in for the touchdown.
Scores of note. Brentwood 7, Centennial 7.
Ravenwood kept tapping on the door and finally able to knock it down as Garcia has the 2nd touchdown pass of the night. 1 to Mason, 1 to Brenningstool. And the Raptors will take the 19-0 lead.
Akers to kick off.
Akers again set to kick it away.
And Jackson Campbell to receive.
The kickoffs have yet to be returned. And this one is in the same department as it falls dead in the end zone. So, can Indy mount a charge here? 5:19 to go in the second. They've got a goose egg on the board. They've had a lot of trouble with this Indy defense and been fighting out of the shadows of their own goalpost all night long. Can Ethan Cash and company try to make a charge here before halftime? Cash again, this has been somewhat successful for Indy a couple of times. That time not so much, as Cash is stopped right at the 20 for no gain. Clock remains running as we tick to 5 minutes to go. As the temperature continues to drop up here on the press box at Nolensville High School. This time, Indy with a nice first down and even more.
Pass complete to Brigham
Morgan on the Morcal on the reception. The 11th grader. Morcal able to break out of a tackle, and that has been Indy's best offensive play of the night right there by far. So Morcal, his reception, spots the ball right at midfield. And finally, Independence looking to break into the Ravenwood side of the field for the first time tonight.
Run by Jack Phillips.
Jack Phillips on the carry. Picks up about 4 yards on the play. Maybe call it 3. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. Second down and 7 now for Indy as they, again, try to mount this charge. Finally in Ravenwood territory. Cash, a quick fire out to number 6. That's Pierce again. And he'll cross the 45-yard line. Spot the ball at the 44, so pickup of 3.
It is third down.
Third down and 5 now for Indy.
Third down. Good interception. Third down.
3:34 to go. Cash again, looking, firing. This time got his receiver. And another first down.
Pass complete. Chase Harmon.
Couldn't quite tell who the receiver was there.
First down, Eagles.
But nevertheless,
Flag on the field.
and we'll have a face mask against Indy, so tack on another bit of yardage. I don't know if that's a 15-yarder or a 5-yarder. Looks like 15. So now Indy with the ball down to the Raptor 20-yard line. So definitely Indy's best field position all night long. Can they do something with it? First down and 10. Cash in trouble, finds a little daylight to his right side, and that should bring a flag. And it will, finally comes in as Cash went down and the defender whacked him in the head.
Flag on the play.
So that'll be a late hit. And another 15 yards. And it looked like Coach Daniels had something to say about that. But nevertheless, they marched the ball inside the 10-yard line, spotted at the 9. There you see Coach Matt Daniels. Don't know if we'll have the opportunity to see that again, but he's pretty hot about it. Cash again, this time 3 receivers to his left, moves 1 inside. He'll take off with it himself, does Cash. But that Ravenwood defense, oh my goodness, just so fast. And Cash barely back up to the 10-yard line.
By Jordan Smith.
There you saw big Reggie Grimes, number 14. I believe he is being courted by a number of Division I programs. Cash again over the middle with a screen pass. And this time inside the 5. I have to check the ball carrier for you.
Pass complete to Kobe Creed. Tackled by Owen Davis. It is third down.
Well, I hesitate to make the call on the ball carrier because I'll inevitably get it wrong. But I'll just say third down and 3 now, or third down and goal to go. These numbers are mighty hard to make out this far away. Cash again, firing to the middle and looking for pass interference call, but the ball sails and incomplete. 1:22 remaining. And it looks like following the miscue on the pass, Indy will march out their field goal unit. So 98 Sam Hinkie on to try the 20-yard field goal. So Indy now looking to crack the scoreboard for the first time tonight, as Hinkie will try it from 20 yards away. And Indy will go ahead and call the timeout and talk about this. Wondering what their strategy will be here. Do they stay on the field and try to at least put points on the board, or do they take the gamble and try to go for the end zone only 3 yards away here? Coach Blades talking to his troops. Coach Daniels marches his defense back out on the field. And so they'll try it. I bet they try to call him off here. Inside goes the give and touchdown. Jack Phillips, the running back, number 20, able to dive across the line. So the gamble pays off for Coach Scott Blades and these Independence Eagles, as Jack Phillips, the senior running back, able to dive over the end zone. And Independence, with this try, is back in business. 19-7 your score, as Indy finally able to answer with 1:18 to go here in the second. Take another look as Indy tightens up right here. Phillips again runs past the defenders, diving over the line there, and able to smash it in the end zone. So Coach Scott Blades' gamble definitely pays off right there. He didn't want to try for the field goal following the timeout, talked up his troops, and they answered. 1:18 remaining in the first half, and it gets colder by the minute on top of the press box. Again, if you're just joining us, we are at Nolensville High School tonight. The rain that we've had this week made the stadium over at, or the turf over at Ravenwood pretty soggy, and they're unable to host this game, so the Nolensville Knights good enough to loan us the field. Indy, or Ravenwood rather, able to come away with it, and this is Mason, I believe. Number 2, all the way for the score. So just like that, Andrew Mason able to get out of trouble, and as Indy worked so hard for that touchdown, Andrew Mason, just like that, able to answer on the kick return for the score. Oh, that's got to be deflating for Independence. They worked and hustled and scratched and clawed and finally able to get that touchdown. They worked so hard for it. And Mason able to come back and answer with that long kick return for a score. And the Luke Akers try after puts Ravenwood on top 26-7. 1:03 remaining in the half. Take another look. Ball gets away from the up back. And Mason able to sneak away from those white shirts, sees some daylight, turns on the Jets. And off to the races as my camera guy's up here doing jumping jacks to stay warm. That's why our camera starts bouncing around a little bit. I'm right there with you, fellas. I know why Parker and Paul aren't here tonight. They don't have me fooled. I hope you guys are listening. Look at my guys up here. Jumping jacks with the camera crew. The 26-7 your score, 1:03 to go. Akers set to kick it away. He's been blasting him through the end zone all night long, and this one, go ahead and chalk that one up too, and we'll have a flag come in. I believe we're going to have some extracurricular. And somebody may have hit somebody they didn't need to. See what the call is here. Another personal foul. This one goes against Indy, so they could ill afford that, these Eagles, as they have been fighting out of their own end zone all night long. So the personal foul will back them up to the 10-yard line. 1:03 to go in the half. Indy down 26-7 now. Cash looking in trouble again, and he'll be swarmed under yet again by that Raptor defense. Has just answered the bell. This Ravenwood defensive squad. And Indy unable to do much all night long, save for that last touchdown. And that was helped out by 2 15-yard penalties. So Coach Scott Blades will call timeout here. 42 seconds remaining.
This timeout brought to you by Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Give time to yourself or let someone special in your life. Moment's Peace is always the perfect gift.
Well, the score now 26-7. Last week, Indy unable to overcome a 27-6 loss to Pearl Cone. So they haven't lost back-to-back this year, has Indy, but certainly in danger tonight against this high-powered Ravenwood crew. Ball backed up at about the 6-yard line. I want to say that's Phillips again, or that may have been Cash on the direct keeper. So again, a timeout called, 51 seconds remaining.
Stopped by Owen Davis.
And I might head back to the truck at halftime and put the old ski socks on. Or the heavy duty socks, I call them my ski socks. There you see the scoreboard, 51 seconds remaining. 3rd down and 13. Ravenwood comfortably in front. It's not a score that can't be overcome. 3rd down, 13. And Cash will just try to buy his squad a little bit of breathing room for the punt as he sneaks it forward, nears the 15-yard line. They'll spot it at about the 13. Brings up 4th down and 7. And I believe Indy can let the clock wind down as we tick inside 14 seconds. And not sure if we're going to take a timeout with 3 seconds. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So Blades will take a timeout with 3 seconds remaining.
Timeout on the field. Independence timeout.
And Indy will come back out and try to boot it downfield. So that Ravenwood can't have an opportunity to tack on anything else here before the end of the half. So they'll sneak it forward and kill the clock there. Well, they won't even try the punt, as Cash sneaks it forward and to wind out the clock. So at the end of the first half, Ravenwood comfortably on top, 26-7. Here at Nolensville High School, the host school for this ball game tonight. And we are back right after halftime for the WCTV Game of the Week. Stay with us. Second half action set to get underway here at Nolensville High School, the host school, where the Ravenwood Raptors and the Independence Eagles battle in this final game of the regular season in Region 6A. Glad to have you along for the second half. My name is Michael Williams, flying solo tonight on the call. Ravenwood up 26-7 as we get set to kick it away for the third quarter. Luke Akers set to kick it to the Indy receivers. Akers has been booming them into the end zone all night, even past the end zone, and that one no exception, as Indy comes out and takes over 1st and 10 from their own 20. Couple of touchdown passes by Garcia and one punt return, or kick return rather, for Ravenwood, has the score at 26-7. About a couple of field goals as well for that score. Indy unable to really get on track here offensively, and this time able to get past the 30-yard line and for the first down. As the Independence receiver, you'll forgive me, I don't have an extra set of eyes up here tonight to help me out with my numbers. But Campbell on the reception that time, the 11th grader.
First down, Independence.
And Indy with a rare first down tonight. The telling statistic from the first half, Independence -7 yards rushing. But they have had a little bit of success with the short passing game, as that one sails incomplete for Ethan Cash, the quarterback.
Pass is incomplete.
Scratched and clawed to finally score their first touchdown right before halftime. And then on the ensuing kick, Andrew Mason able to run it back all the way for the touchdown, and that's where we stand now, 26-7. So second down and 10, Independence located at their own 34. Cash again, quick strike across the middle. That one hauled in by Morikawa again, as Morikawa crosses the 45-yard line, enough for first down yardage up to the 47. So again, Indy comes out of the locker room after the half on the march with 2 quick strikes. Take a look at Cash again to Morikawa. Cash again, this one not on the same page with his receiver. That's Calvin Wilson, the intended man. And the ball falls incomplete. Ball actually tipped at the line.
Second down.
And Indy will take over at second down. Ravenwood once again coming in 8-1 on the year. This game for second place in Region 6A. Brentwood has taken the championship. They faced Centennial tonight. Inside pass, that time caught by Brian Pierce. And Pierce close to the 45-yard line.
Tackled by Avery Miller.
So third down and manageable now for Independence. Ball spotted at the 46. Third down and about 3 to go. Ravenwood defense has been nearly impenetrable tonight. But again, Indy able to land a couple of shots. Cash again across the middle. Got his receiver. And again, Pierce. Ball will be spotted at the 40, and the pass is good enough for the first down.
Tackled by Ben Severance.
And once again, Indy back in business. I feel like I've kind of badmouthed them a little bit tonight, but they have been able to land a couple of nice shots here against this stout Ravenwood defense. Indy, no slouch themselves. They come into this game with a record of 6-3 as Cash, and he will be swarmed under by number 25.
Brian Rice, brought to you by Walker.
Brian Rice on a quick sack and drops Cash back close to the 45-yard line, a loss of about 3 on the play. As you take a look at Rice coming in nearly untouched. And Indy facing 2nd down and 13 now. Cash again, 3 receivers to his right, fires to his right, has his man, that's Pierce again. And they'll mark it at the 39.
Stopped by Damon Owens. Brings up 3rd down.
So the play picks up about 7 yards. 3rd down and 8 now. Cash again looking. He'll take it himself, and this time he'll be dropped again at the 40-yard line. Ball pops free.
Reggie Grimes.
As Reggie Grimes, number 14, able to get in and sack Cash. Grimes again, another one of these defensive players for Ravenwood, who's being courted by a number of Division I programs. So Indy set to kick it away. Mason again standing back at about his own 10-yard line, and will call for the fair catch. 8:17 to go here in the 3rd. As you take a look at Andrew Mason, he has a couple of touchdowns, 1 receiving and 1 on a kick return tonight. Again, this game for 2nd place in the region, and to host at least a game in the state playoffs. Garcia again to give to Mason, this time around the left side, and wrapped up. Not Mason, that was Tony Rice again.
That run by Tony Rice is enough for another Ravenwood. Brought to you by Eatwell National.
Ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line, so a pickup of 15 on the play. As you take a look at Rice again, nobody in sight until number 23 able to take him down.
Pass complete. Shane Craig.
Craig on the reception.
And that's good for
Another first down. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. Ravenwood on the move again. Rice to the left side. Stays on his feet and will fall at the 50-yard line. Well, they'll spot it at the 49, so another first down for Ravenwood. So the 3rd first down in a row, and the Raptors now on the march here. 7:43 to go in the 3rd. Garcia looking in trouble, chased out of the pocket, and finds a little bit of daylight. He'll cross the 40-yard line. He'll have another first down before he was swarmed under.
That keeper by Brian Garcia is enough for another Ravenwood
As Garcia able to dance away from trouble there at the last second. So first down and 10 from the Indy 39. Again, they give to Rice, and ball seems to come free, and Indy says they have it.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Independence.
And they do.
First and 10 Eagles.
I never saw a signal from the referee, but the Indy kids came out of the pile like they had it, and the defense marched, or the offense marched on the field just as quickly. So the turnover, we'll take another look here. As that was number 31, that was JT Smitherman. Ball comes free, and no doubt about it. So Indy again back in business. First and 10 from the 36. The shot to Pierce that time. And he'll be shy of the 45-yard line. They need to get to the 46 in order to make a first down. So the short pass is working a little bit now for Independence. Can they punch one in the end zone? Correction, that was number 8, Jackson Campbell, on the reception. He's had a couple of receptions tonight, has Campbell. So they'll spot the ball second down and about 5 to go at the 43 of Independence. Indy not going away. And nobody on the same page on that one. Like the O-line stayed stationary, and only the quarterback and the running back knew what was going on. So false start on Independence.
False start on the Eagles. Still second down.
Not exactly sure who was off their cue there. But it'll back the ball up, and Indy will have another 10 yards to go here, or 8 yards to go. Ball spotted at about the 37. Second down and 8 now, 6:10 remaining in the third. Cash again, fires to his left side, and that falls incomplete. Dangerous pass as 3 Raptors were around it, and the receiver laid out for it. Brings up third down. Ravenwood on a strong march on their offensive series, but turned the ball over, and Independence now facing 3rd and 8 after the turnover. Cash again looks in trouble, and that one also falls incomplete. Pass intended for number 20, that's Jack Phillips, and Indy has to punt it away. Mason will stand back to receive just inside his own 30-yard line. Nice kick, and Mason will have to call for the fair catch, making it about the 32.
First and 10.
And the Raptors will take over 1st and 10 from their own 32, 5:50 to go here in the third quarter.
Helping to keep your Raptors fast. Eat like a Raptor. Eat well.
Bundled up here on top of the press box at Nolensville High School. Once again, if you're just joining us, we are at Nolensville High School. Ravenwood is the host school. They had some issues with their field, so Nolensville kind enough to lend us their field for this one. Looks like Rice again on the carry, maybe a pickup of a yard.
Grimes.
Or Grimes, rather, number 14. And a flag comes in late as we had kind of a tussle between a defensive back and a receiver. And they may have called one or both of those fellas on something. Maybe an unsportsmanlike coming up. They'll likely be offsetting if that's the case.
Personal foul on the Raptors.
So they call the personal foul on the Raptors, march those guys back 15 yards. So a big penalty on Ravenwood. Mark the ball inside their own 20-yard line at about the 17. And they've got a ways to go now. Got to make it up to the 42 for a first down. Garcia in trouble, flushed back to his left, looking, and he'll have to take off with it himself and rushed out of bounds at the 22.
Garcia with the keeper. Brings up second down.
I'd like to see if Ravenwood's able to hold on to win this one. I'd like to see them and Brentwood tangle again. I think that would be a fantastic game. Second down, 14. I believe this is Rice again, able to break free, and Rice heads down the sideline and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 39. Brian Pierce with a touchdown saving tackle. You take a look at Rice again. That power able to shirk a couple of tacklers and head down that left side. And kind of bulldog there by Pierce at the last second. Rice again up the gut. And he'll have enough for another Ravenwood first down, depending on where they mark the ball. And we've got a Indy player shaken up on the play.
Official timeout.
So timeout on the field to deal with the injured Independence player. 5:01 to go here in the third. Ravenwood on top 26-7. This is our final game of the regular season. We will be back after Christmas time with basketball. And able to get off the field on his own, under his own power, is Josh Moore.
Scores of interest. Brentwood 14, Centennial 13. Franklin 32, Dixon County 0.
So second down and 1. Ball spotted the Raptors now. Garcia looking, pumps to his left, goes to his left, pulls the trigger, and ball falls incomplete. Intended for number 7, Shane Craig. Brings up third down and 1. Might as well go for it right there. Second down and 1. Got that manageable down and distance. 4:53 remaining. Raptors again inside to Rice, looking for a little daylight and taken down.
The first down by Tony Rice.
Ethan Pickering on the stop, but not before Rice is able to make the line to gain, and a first down Ball located at the 26-yard line. Raptors in no big hurry here. They've got that comfortable 26-7 lead. 4:30 to go here in the third now. Rice again. Rice stopped right as he's able to fall across the 25. So kind of a clock management sort of approach now for the Raptors as the clock ticks under 4 minutes to go right now. Grimes now, I believe, in the backfield, number 14. And the give again. Well, he will fake it, and Garcia will keep it himself, as Grimes was the lead blocker, and Garcia takes it up to the 11. So enough for the first down. You check out the host Ravenwood crowd, all bundled up. Must be a plaid night tonight. 3:25 to go. Here are the Raptors, 1st and 10. Garcia again to Grimes, and swarmed under is Grimes before he reaches the 10-yard line, so no gain on the play. And there you see that big offensive line for Ravenwood.
Second down.
Second down and 10, 2:45 remaining in the third. Garcia again across the middle, got his man. That again, the big tight end to Jake Brenningstool, his second touchdown of the night. Tap, 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 and finally Ravenwood able to land that knockout punch with Jake Brenningstool, the tall tight end. And now the Raptors pretty much closing the door on this one, 30, if they can make it 33-7. Don't want to speak too soon. I've seen a lot of crazy things in high school football. As Akers nails the try. So the new score, 33-7, 2:37 remaining in the third. And now Ravenwood comfortably on top as we take another look. There you see big Brenningstool, number 9, going in motion. And there the big tight end hauls it in for the score, his second of the night. So Akers set to kick it away, 2:37 remaining in the third. Raptors now with a comfortable advantage. As you got to think, Coach Matt Daniels will likely start thinking about resting some of his key guys now as they get set to head into the playoffs next week. Indy now 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Cash out to his left.
Pass complete to Brigham Moracle.
Moracal again on the reception.
Out of bounds by Garrett Morgan. It is second down.
Pick up a 4 on the play, call it 2nd down and 6. Again, across the middle, and this time, wide open. Was number 3, that's Calvin Wilson, and he had gobs of daylight in front of him. They just could have connected on that pass. Third down and 6, 2:02 remaining in the third. Cash again in trouble and dropped inside the 20 for the sack.
That sack by Miles Dawson.
Dawson
Brought to you by Walker Chevrolet.
on the sack, and Indy will have to punt it away. 4th down and 12. One more time on the look as Dawson blows through that Indy offensive line and is able to sack Cash. Mason again standing deep. Calls his troops off, and the ball will dribble out of bounds just shy of the Raptor 40-yard line.
All goes out of bounds, 1st and 10.
Ravenwood takes over 1st and 10 from the 41.
Our very own Rapid Response Heating and Cooling is offering Raptor fans a yearly tune-up and a free 1-year maintenance contract for only $35. Call Rapid Response today.
Spot the ball rather at the 42, 1st and 10. 1:19 remaining in the third. Raptors on top, 33-7 your score. Rice again, and those Indy linebackers have not let him free all night. Rice, one of the better running backs in the mid-state, puts up some gaudy numbers week after week, but these Indy linebackers able to slam the door on him, doing a nice job tonight. He hasn't been able to break free. I would suspect he's got one in him at least tonight. 48 seconds to go now. Garcia will look this time. Nothing doing, and he'll have to chuck this one to his teammates on the sideline.
Pass incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 7 now. 34 seconds. Ball just inside the 45. Garcia again, plenty of time, rolls to his right finally, sees an opening, and he'll scoot out of bounds at about the 45 of Indy. Good enough for the 1st down. Spot the ball at about the 48 of Indy, or sorry, the 43 rather. Garcia again, this time the give is to Rice one more time. Or is that Grimes? I believe that's big Reggie Grimes. Reggie Grimes has the 1st down. He's inside the Indy 20.
That's enough for another Ravenwood. Brought to you by Eatwell National.
And that will likely be, as the last play of the third quarter, as you take a look at Grimes again. And they'll go ahead and let that one tick down to 000.
the third quarter.
Brings up the end of the third as we head into the final quarter. Ravenwood on top 33-7.
Raptors would like to thank the following
Final quarter of the final game of the season coming up.
Aspen Construction, a moment's peace.
Playoffs start next Friday. These Raptors certainly in the hunt for what could possibly be their third state championship in school history. They will be one of the favorites, but just down the road will be another favorite, the Brentwood High School Bruins. And these two teams could be on a collision course yet again. If that is the case, then get your tickets early, because that will be, as they say, a barn burner. One of the biggest high school crowds I have ever seen back on the 20th of September when Ravenwood and Brentwood got together the first time, and the Bruins able to hand Ravenwood their only loss of the year, and Brentwood able to maintain their perfect record as they face Centennial tonight. Raptors with the ball, 1st and 10 from the Indy 20-yard line. Garcia again rolling to his right as his receiver, and that is incomplete. As number 12, Ross Johnston, unable to hang on, brings up 2nd down. That big offensive line is, and this time Rice able to bounce off a tackler and make it down close to the 15. Thought the ball may have come free. A couple of players slow to get up. As you take a look at Rice again, and looks like they knocked heads there. #24, Andrew Holloway. Not exactly sure who's down, but I think it's an Indy player covered up by the trainers and staff down there. It's like they're holding the leg of the player. I'm not exactly sure who that is. Don't want to speculate, but now able to get up and trot off the field. Couldn't quite tell who that was, but always good to see them get up and jog off the field. Didn't look too serious. So 3rd down and 10 now. Call it 3rd down and 7, rather. Ball just inside the 20 of Indy. 11:37 remaining in the ball game. Garcia again. Look, fire to his right side. Got his man, and that is Mason again. Able to elude one tackler and in for the touchdown.
That touchdown from Brian Garcia to Andrew Mason.
Mason yet again on his 2nd touchdown reception of the night. Able to maintain his balance and skirt a couple of defenders. And now these Raptors set to go on top 40-7. As Akers set for the try, and straight and true it goes. So your new score, 11:23 remaining in the ball game. Ravenwood 40, Independence 7.
And with that 15th receiving touchdown of the year, Andrew Mason surpasses Van Jefferson for the school record. And receiving touchdown.
So they just announced that Mason with his 15th receiving touchdown of the year. Nice stat to go home on the last game of the season, last regular season game. Sets the new Ravenwood record for touchdown receptions by a receiver. And Indy now backs against the wall. As you would think, again, we talked about this before, as Matt Daniels, the coach of Ravenwood, likely will pull his key guys out and allow them to rest the remainder of the quarter. So I would say a lot of clean uniforms set to come on the field as Akers able to get again boom it through the end zone.
Another touchback. First and 10. Independent.
So Indy takes over 1st and 10 from their own 20, 11:23 remaining in the ball game.
Official sports medicine provider. Brittany Hillier is your certified athletic trainer, and Dr. Ronald Durr is your team physician. You can visit them at boneandjointtn.org.
Cash again, that give inside and nothing doing as the Ravenwood defense again.
Run by Jack Phillips.
Hard to get around this Ravenwood defense as I'm listening to the
Tackled by
Indy radio crew calling. They say no blocking from this Independence offensive front. Their words, not mine. There you see the young man. That's Andrew Mason, number 2. Scoring his 2nd touchdown of the night. 14 and 15, able to set the all-time Ravenwood Raptor record for a receiver and touchdowns. Cash again in trouble and unable to connect this time.
incomplete
Pass is incomplete.
for Logan Molnar. Broken up by Ben Severn.
Logan Molnar unable to collect it.
Third
Brings
down.
up 3rd down and 12. Cash pumping and nothing doing again as Ravenwood is there and they drop him inside the 10-yard line. A massive loss there as Cash unable to squeeze the trigger before all of those Cardinal jerseys swarmed him under. And the Raptors have to kick it away.
Smith brought to you by Walker Chevrolet.
So again, looks like Matt Daniels has pulled some of his key people. New kick returner. I believe that is Bryce Smith, number 19. Check the number here. Those black numbers on those red jerseys, pretty tough to see, so forgive me if I get a couple of these wrong tonight. 9:48 remaining in the ball game. Ravenwood on top 40-7. And it looks like some youngsters out there for Coach Daniels. New quarterback. But it is Garcia. It goes deep and incomplete. Stops the clock with 9:42 to go.
Incomplete. Intended for John Colin Askew. Second down.
Second down and 10 now. And run play will pick up a couple of yards.
Will Kaler with the run. Third down.
3rd down and 8. Clock continues to run, 9:15 to go in the ball game. Orsia again, this time in trouble. And he'll take off with it himself and run out of bounds at the 50. And the Raptors will have to kick it away.
Garcia with the keeper brings up 4th down.
Is all the trash cleaned up? I'm sorry to all the
So punts away and fair catch called for right at the 20-yard line. And the Eagles will take over. There you see Jackson Campbell, the receiver. Well, can Indy find something here? 8:47 remaining. They've struggled all night, only able to break into Ravenwood territory a couple of times tonight. Cash looking, pumps once, and again escapes the sack attempt and got his man.
Pass complete. Brigham Moracle.
So Morcal on the reception.
Tackled by Ian Gatlin. 1st down, Eagles.
And you see Cash able to escape and find Morcal on the run out, on the rollout, and Morcal run out of bounds or wrestled down at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 now. Another nice drive or another nice gain for Independence. Nice give inside. That is number 18, I believe that's Kobe Creed.
Hand off to Kobe Creed.
And another 1st down as Creed will make it down to the 22, good for the 1st down. Cash again looking to his left. Catch is made by Calvin Wilson.
Catch made by Calvin Wilson.
And they'll spot it at the 11, so another 1st down for Indy. And now the Eagles on the march.
Miles Pollard with the stop.
Under 8 minutes to play now. Cash again inside. 33 is Ethan Pickering. And Pickering able to make it down close to the 5-yard line. Just shy of 1st down yardage. They can get a 1st down by crossing the 5. Or actually, the soccer line's got me a little confused right there. So that one will gain nothing. No.
Hand off to Jack Phillips. Tackled by Nicholas Conley.
Actually, ball is spotted at the 2-yard line. I'm sorry, the soccer goal has got me kind of back to front. Now that I check everybody out, I can see and I look over at the scoreboard. So Indy, can they punch another one over here? 3rd down and 2. Cash again will take it himself and go in for the touchdown. So Independence has their 2nd touchdown of the night as Ethan Cash able to dive over the end zone, over the goal line.
Touchdown by Ethan Cash.
And Hinkie on for the try. 6:46 is when the touchdown comes as Hinkie's able to
Kick is good.
knock it straight and true. So new score at 6:46 to go, 40-14.
14. Raptor fans, when the fourth quarter ends, the fifth quarter begins at 5. After the game, head over to your local Sonic for some food and fellowship. That's Sonic, America's drive-in.
Take one more look as Cash is able to blast across the goal line. .646 to go. Sam Hinkie again set to kick it away. Did this before to Mason, and he was able to run one back the entire way. And they try a little razzle-dazzler here, does Indy, or does Ravenwood. And why not? And the pass goes out of bounds. So getting a little fancy there on the kick return. I think they're just kind of going through what they have in their arsenal here. Is Ravenwood. So the forward pass there will actually cost them some yardage on the penalty. Ball will be spotted 1st and 10 at the 13. 6:36 remaining. And Indy right there on the defensive stop.
Hand off to Will Taylor.
We've got some number of new players in the game. I need Paul here to tell me what kind of moon we've got tonight. I'll have to text him later on and see what that is. 2nd down, 13, and a little confusion. And they'll mark the forward progress out to the 5 as Ravenwood getting a little sloppy now. They can afford to experiment here. As the ball carrier's on a bit of a miscue there. 3rd down, 13.
Brendan Dickinson with the keeper. Brings up 4th down.
So Brendan Dickinson, the sophomore quarterback, getting some reps in tonight. And Indy set to take over again after the punt. Vinny Cardella set to receive back at about the 47 of Ravenwood. Punts it out of there, and Cardella will call for the fair catch and let it bounce. Just about got an Indy player. And the ball will die at the 47. And Indy takes over 1st and 10, 4:31 remaining in the ball game. As there you see some of the Indy or some of the Ravenwood starters. As they'll get set to make a run next week into the playoffs. This Ravenwood team expected to go deep in the playoff run. 4:31 to go here in the game. Indy once again, 1st and 10, from the Raptor 47. I give to number 7, Caden Williams. Williams able to
Handoff to Caden Williams.
make it up past the 45.
Tackled by Owen Davis.
Ball spotted at the 44, 2nd down and 8. That give to number 7 again, Williams, and wrestled back.
Another handoff to Williams.
Forward progress up to the 37. I think he's just shy of a 1st down.
Tackled by Aleko Zelda.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. Today's moon is a waxing crescent. Or whomever sent me that text. Appreciate it. Williams again.
Handoff to Williams.
Up close to 1st down yardage. And he'll have enough, and they'll move the chains. 3:14
Smith and Davis.
to go in the ball game.
Eagles.
That might have been Creed Henderson, my boss, sending me that text. Thank you very much. 3 minutes to go now in the ball game. And pass will fall incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Chase Harmon. 2nd down.
Gabe Thiemann in at quarterback now for Indy. Under 3 minutes to go. There you see your score. Bottom of your screen, Ravenwood 40, Independence 14. Williams again runs into the pile of people, and it is pushed forward, and they'll mark it at the 30.
Williams again with the run. Stopped by Jordan Smith and Zach Mosky.
Third down and 3. Williams again, and he'll have enough for the 1st down. Stopped just shy of the 25.
Jordan Smith stop. 1st down, Eagles.
Tough to believe we started this season 10 weeks ago. And here we are already on the 1st day of November. In the blink of an eye, these seasons go by. 1st and 10 now, 1:57 to go. Ball gets away from Thiemann, and he's swarmed under by that Ravenwood defense, which has just been stellar all night long.
That's sacked by Aleko Zelda.
They are going to be a hard out, these Raptors, in the state playoff run. Glad we had an opportunity to see them this year. I think we've seen Independence a time or two. As you see, the student section bundled up. 1:18 remaining. Williams again, getting his work in tonight as he crosses the 30-yard line. Ball spotted at the 27, as that brings us to under a minute to play. Third down and 12 now. And Williams one more time. And again, the scrum up to about the 22, and that will likely do it here. As the Ravenwood crowd, they get ready for a deep run into the playoffs. This will have Ravenwood finish Region 6-6A year in second place. Indy will drop to number 3 in the region. Franklin will likely finish number 4. So that will end it for us as the clock ticks down to 0. Your final score, Ravenwood 40, Independence 14. Thank you so much for another great season on WCTV. For Paul Brees and Parker Hazard, our bosses Creed Henderson and Lance West, and all the crew up here, thank you so much. We had a great year. So enjoy doing this. So enjoy you tuning in. Thanks to our new graphics and YouTube and Facebook for live streaming our games. We'll see you after Christmas time for basketball. Enjoy the playoffs, everybody. Michael Williams saying goodnight from Nolensville High School. There you see your final score, Ravenwood 40, Independence 14. Have a great weekend, everyone.